Thanks for staying with us. Welcome to Newsroom Series. I'm Joke Rogers. On the program today, we're in the South Zone. But first, a look at stories making headlines this hour. Members of the Take It Back movement protesting in Lagos area, in Maryland area of Lagos have been dispersed by security operatives. The group had gathered at their meeting point, singing and chanting before being intercepted by a separate group, after which the police broke up the protest. Calling for a series of reforms, including the rescue of Nigerians held captive by bandits and kidnappers, the implementation of a 500,000 naira national minimum wage, withdrawal of charges against activist Omoyele Sowore, and urgent action to address xenophobic attacks of Nigerians in South Africa. The protesters and activists, led by former presidential candidate of the African Action Congress, Omoyele Sowore, also marched through Abuja's Central Business District to demand urgent government action against severe economic hardship and rising insecurity. And just like Lagos, there was heavy police and security deployments across key zones, including the protest sites, the Central Business District, and areas near Eagle Square, resulting in tight security and restricted movement. We begin in Cross River State, where residents of Okoma communities in Yala local government area are expressing appreciation to Governor Bassey Otu over the ongoing road construction. The project, described as a major boost to socio-economic development, is expected to improve transportation, enhance agricultural activities, and reconnect communities that have endured years of neglect.
For decades, the Okoma Road in Yala local government area of Cross River State remained a nightmare for motorists and residents. As part of his People First mantra geared towards spreading development across the state, Governor Bassey Otu is reconstructing the 10-kilometer road to open up one of the major access points in the area that serves thousands of residents, especially farmers, who depend on it to transport agricultural produce to neighboring communities and markets.
The road was very bad, and when people were passing, they were complaining about the road. Now that they have walked the road, no complaint. People used to pass there freely. Even me, if I like the road now.
Construction equipment now occupies the once dilapidated stretch as workers intensify efforts to deliver a durable and motorable road.
All our materials are subjected to tests. So before we carry out any operation, we always consult our consultants and our residence engineer They take some for sample, then they give us results before we use them. So all our materials are well tested.
The special advisor to the governor on project monitoring and evaluation reaffirms the administration's commitment to giving value for public funds.
What we are seeing here are not theoretical. We are in the field. It is quite practical. And I'm sure at the end of his tenure as governor, the people will really see that we really had true leadership, especially when the country is in dire need of leaders. We have leaders like him that are very practical in approach, practical in decisions. He's a decisive person. By the grace of God, the Okpoma and Fund people will enjoy this. They've yearned for it for so much. They've waited for it. Today is a reality, and we thank God for this moment.
The state government promises that the reconstruction of the Okpoma Road will improve access to markets, schools, and healthcare facilities while opening up more economic opportunities for residents of Yala local government area.
Well, in order to prevent flooding from threatening lives and properties in parts of Delta states, the Delta State Oil Producing Areas Development Commission, DESOPADEC, has stepped up emergency drainage intervention across its mandate areas. Chairman of the commission, John Nani, accompanied by the Managing Director, Festus Ochonogo, says no oil-producing community affected by the floods will be abandoned.
In line with the Delta State government's efforts to reduce flooding in vulnerable communities through its interventionist agency, DESOPADEC, officials of the commission are carrying out inspections of ongoing canal desilting and drainage projects across the state. DESOPADEC Chairman John Nani leads the inspection of the various projects alongside the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer Festus Ochonogo. It's a two-day affair, and day one of the inspection takes them to flood-prone communities in Okwe and Sapele local government area where drainage channels are being cleared to improve the free flow of flood water.
The whole community is flooded. You can see now the cells of the roads controlled by the state is open. But the one crossing the east-west road is so narrow that the water cannot flow across to the discharge point, which is Agbaro River. That's what is causing the flooding now. But we are here with Swambugi to open all the cells of the drain and open the waterway so that the water can flow out.
On day two, the team arrives at Oviri Agbaro in Ugeli North local government area, one of the worst hit communities. Here, overflowing floodwater from a major canal has submerged several homes, forcing residents to wade through water.
No government can help us. We are homeless. Since how many days we never chop. We don't feel enter our house. All our property don't go. All our things don't finish. It nearly kill us for the water. The water swallow us. All our food don't go. All our fish don't go. Now we don't know where our property is now. We are here now because the governor has directed that we should come and make sure that we do palliative. He directed that we've been on the field for about 2 months now, making sure that flood does not ravage and affect the people. So we will do our best until when that cell is changed. Definitely they will have chemises of flood. But we will promise them that within a week now, there will not be water in the community again.
The inspection team then proceeds to Oweologo in Isoko North local government area, in Marine Quarters, Warri South local government area, where work is ongoing on a canal designed to improve water flow.
See, this one is a completely new canal we are creating. And the purpose is to take flood around here, connect to another canal that is in front. Between that canal and the town itself, no canal. So we are creating this one. The SPADEC is creating this one now to at least pull the flood that is inside town, properly channel through this new canal and go to the existing one. The target is to also reduce the effect of flooding.
The emergency flood control exercise will continue in other oil-producing communities as the Commission works to minimize the impact of flooding, protect lives, homes and other critical infrastructure.
The National Economic Council Implementation Monitoring Committee has commended Edo State Governor Monday Okpebholo's administration, saying it's committed to improving the lives of Edo people through visible legacy projects across the 3 senatorial districts. The leader of the delegation, Busayo Awotunde, said this at the close of its 3-day assessment visit to Edo State. The committee toured projects including the upgraded Oba Market, Sapele Road and Ramat Park flyover bridges, schools, a new college of nursing hostel, and the Iwogban flood remediation, among others.
The Commissioner for Budget and Economic Planning, Elizabeth Ebosele, takes the National Economic Council Implementation Monitoring Committee, led by Busayo Awotunde, on a guided tour of projects across Benin City.
So what was next? Immediately after the rain. It's just the pavement.
The tour covers the ongoing construction of a new students' hostel at the College of Nursing Sciences, the upgraded Phase 1 of Oba Market, and a primary healthcare center in Amufi on the outskirts of the state capital.
Was awarded, built and completed within 9 months. It will seem like in years.
The team also visited the Ramat Park flyover, a project designed to ease traffic congestion and boost business activities in the area. At Iwogba, the delegation inspects the flood and erosion control project, where an elderly resident commends Governor Monday Okpebholo for tackling a long-standing environmental challenge that had cut off the community for decades.
Governor of Benin, Edo State, come look the thing we do for Oregbeni. Person we no know. Na push we dey here. Moat very big. Because of this moat. My pikin go say if he say make it cost allot me. Where go pass? Make it pass my head. I go say no, not pass my head. But now we are happy.
Speaking after the inspection, the team lead, Awotunde, says she's impressed by the pace and quality of projects executed by the Okpebholo administration in less than 2 years.
To say I'm impressed is an understatement. For a government that is barely 2 years and have done so much, it shows that the government is committed and is investing into the life of the people of Edo State. We are going to go back because we have evidence. We are going to go back and report to say that Edo State government is inclined, aligned, and is committed to improve the livelihood of people in Edo State. We are impressed.
Receiving the delegation at the government house in Benin City, the Deputy Governor, Dennis Idahosa, says the administration's legacy projects are spread across the 3 senatorial districts, reflecting its commitment to inclusive development.
We have done over 500 kilometers of roads in the 3 senatorial districts. In the health sector, the student Senator Monday Okpebholo had completed 61 PAC centers across the 3 senatorial districts. As you rightly said, our prototype should be replicated across the country because it's one of the best right now. In addition to that is building, general hospitals, at least two in the 3 senatorial districts.
The NEC monitoring team says it will include its findings on Edo State in its reports to the National Economic Council, chaired by Vice President Kashim Shettima. Jessica Luguse, Channels Television News.
When we come back on Newsroom Series, we'll take a look at issues affecting the environment. Please stay with us. Welcome back. In a bid to tackle environmental degradation and promote environmental sustainability, environmental experts, academics and government officials are calling for urgent action by way of stronger environmental education and sustainable practices. The call was made by environmentalist Professor Festus Mbalise at the Environmental Education Summit organized by the Faculty of Education, University of Port Harcourt. Our correspondent Charles Oporum reports.
This summit at the University of Port Harcourt brings together policymakers, researchers and environmental advocates to develop practical strategies to strengthen environmental education.
it was a decision taken that we will maintain sanitation in the campus.
Senior Special Advisor on Technical and Diplomatic Affairs in the Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Professor Babatunde Bernard, presents the lead paper on the summit themed Literacy to Action, Developing a Blueprint to Strengthen Environmental Education for Achieving Environmental Sustainability in Nigeria. He says environmental knowledge must be translated into action, warning that continued neglect of the environment will worsen global disasters.
Niger Delta has lost 40 or 45% of its mangrove. This is supposed to be the largest mangrove in the world. Now it's the third or the fourth, I don't know. One mangrove lost, species of fish joined them. Because fishes, as a biologist, fishes don't give birth, or animals don't behave with alternative intelligence. If this is where they normally come and give birth to their young, and they now suddenly reach here and Ababatunde day there, they will hold the egg, they will die with it. Simple. In case you don't know. So destroying the mangrove, and they cannot find the substrate to lay their eggs, because the roots of the mangrove protect their young before they are old enough to be able to defend themselves.
Program Coordinator of the Summit and Professor of Adult and Environmental Education, Professor Festus Mbalise, says environmental education remains critical to changing attitudes and encouraging actions that preserve the environment.
Despite all the environmental problems that are occurring, which have been attributed to human actions, and the impact of such problems on humans, many Nigerians are still ignorant of the fact that their actions and their activities contribute to these problems.
Participants urge governments, institutions, and individuals to adopt environmentally responsible practices to safeguard the environment for future generations.
Today's summit is very, very timely, considering the damage to the environment we've all witnessed, especially in the Niger Delta region.
As young people, we have to come together, work together, and make sure that we participate in the conservation.
The summit is expected to produce a blueprint that strengthens environmental education, promotes sustainable practices, and encourages greater collaboration in protecting the environment for future generations. Charles Oporum, Channels Television News.
Residents of several communities in Orok Anam local government area of Akwa Ibom State are calling for urgent intervention over what they describe as environmental degradation linked to oil exploration activities. They say the situation has contaminated their streams, disrupted livelihoods, and increased the cost of living. For residents of several communities in Orok Anam local government area of Akwa Ibom State, streams that once served as their primary source of drinking water, domestic use and fishing are now considered unsafe. They allege that oil exploration in the area has contaminated their water sources, affecting community infrastructure, leaving many dependent on expensive commercial water supply despite their remote location.
For over 3 years now, we have noticed that our water keeps changing color from brown to this color now, to powder color, no longer as usual. And we have also contacted the people that is actually doing some construction or some drilling, oil drilling. They came and they checked around the villages. They have also notified that, truly, their operation is affecting our water.
The rising cost of purchasing water has become unsustainable for many households, in addition to recurring illnesses they claim is from the contaminated water.
As you can see, I want to thank the press team for coming to intervene on our problem in the domain. Why we are talking this thing is that the Sterling Global Company has been causing a lot of hazard in our community. Through this, their job here, our women will not be able to drink a good water again. And we understand that water is life. By doing that, we are suffering. So many of our women are in the hospital.
Chairman of Orok Anam local government area, Sunday Festus, says the exploration company involved promised community stakeholders that it had secured approval from its headquarters to provide a solar-powered borehole for the affected communities, but construction is yet to commence.
I went there personally, even to the stream, and I looked at it and I saw that the water has been condemned by the operations. I needed to move immediately to the community. By the special grace of God, I was able to gather all the village heads of the 4 communities, the women, the youth, and at the same time, I was able to drag the representative of the company, the steering global, into that meeting. And we were there in Ikoroponodo precisely with all the village heads, like I said, and we resolved unanimously that there should be a borehole, powered solar borehole to the 4 communities.
The complaints from Orokanam add to similar concerns raised by residents of other oil-producing local government areas of Akwa Ibom State, including Ikodabasi and Eastern Obolo, who are seeking urgent intervention to restore access to safe drinking water and protect their communities from further environmental degradation. Meanwhile, the Movement for the Survival of the Ogoni People, MOSOP, has warned individuals and groups against using its name and the Ogoni struggle to extort money from government officials, oil companies and other organizations. The group said the Ogoni struggle was founded on the principles of justice, human rights and community development, stressing that it should never be turned into a money-making venture.
Despite the heavy rain, a large crowd of Ogoni people converged on the Bera Central Field in the Gokana local government area of River State for a rally on the proposed resumption of oil activities in Ogoni land. Organized by the Movement for the Survival of Ogoni People, MOSOP, under the leadership of Fegalo Nsuke, the rally advocates non-violence as the best approach to sustaining dialogue with the federal government.
Today, we are saying that the government of Nigeria and Ogoni people are now one, and that we must eat from our sweat. You cannot achieve this apart from the leadership of Fegalo Nsuke.
Drawn from communities across Gokana, Kana, Tai, and Eleme local government areas, the people warn against the use of MOSOP's name and the Ogoni struggle as a tool for extortion.
People are using MOSOP as ATM card. Anywhere they enter, they put it into machine. They collect money, put for pocket. They are building houses everywhere, and you and I, we are suffering. We call meeting, you trek 10 miles to go to meeting, you trek go back. When you get to the house, you don't have food to eat. And they want us to continue. If you love Ogoni people, let us come as one. Everybody will not become president at the same time. I have said it. You say you are MOSOP president. You took over from who?
MOSOP leader Fegalo Nsuke believes after more than 30 years of resistance, the federal government has, for the first time, embraced an Ogoni-led dialogue process, commending President Bola Tinubu and the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, for the initiative.
We are beginning to see the most positive signs of government commitment to resolve the Ogoni problem in a way that accommodates our concern or the concerns of the Ogoni people. We appreciate this turn of events and encourage the government to speed up the process with clarity so that we can finally put this sad history behind us with a speedy march into a brighter future. I wish to remind you that in a non-violent struggle, there is no better alternative to dialogue. To use the words of former President Muhammadu Buhari in his inaugural speech after taking office as Nigeria's president in 2015, we have an opportunity. Let us take it.
The proposed resumption of oil activities is expected to create jobs, stimulate economic growth, improve infrastructure, and attract development projects to Ogoni land.
The Niger Delta Development Commission has reaffirmed its commitment to protecting the rights of women and growing their entrepreneurial capacity to take on greater roles in households across the oil-rich region. NDDC Managing Director Samuel Oguku gave the assurance during an event to mark in celebration of women in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State.
It's the turn of Akwa Ibom State to partake in the series of events put together by the Niger Delta Development Commission to celebrate women as part of its ongoing commemoration of Women's Day. Women from urban and rural areas gather in Uyo, the state capital, for this year's celebration, which targets the promotion of equal opportunities in trade and entrepreneurship. A representative of the Nigerian Export Promotion Council, Mrs. Christina Ekeng, takes the women through export procedures, including documentation and packaging. The Niger Delta Chamber of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture speaks on business development and growth.
You must keep your daily sales records. The third one, you must prepare your monthly budget. What do you want to do this month? You must put it on paper. If you leave here and get home, go and buy a few notebooks and name them, identify them. This one are for daily sales records. This one are procurement record. Anything you buy, you will record that there. You must reduce unnecessary expenses. That is why I said cut from truth. What you don't need, you don't need. Not because Mama Priscilla is doing it, then you, Mama Patient, will do it. Everybody has his life to spend.
Nigeria Export Promotion Council gives you the certificate that enables you to export anything, any product outside this country. That's what we do. We promote non-oil exports. Anything that you use your hand to do, we have so many products. Akwa Ibom State is blessed. Akwa Ibom State is really blessed. So please, from today, after this, come and register with us. I know that you have something doing. Just like you had fashion. You take your fashion to Trinidad and Tobago.
For the NDDC Managing Director Samuel Ogboku, who is represented by the Akwa Ibom State Director, the celebration gives the Commission an opportunity to appreciate the contribution of Niger Delta women across the region.
So by right, we are giving women the opportunity to stand aside their men. We are given opportunity to be trained, opportunity to be exporters, opportunity to be entrepreneurs, opportunity to make money, to be economically vibrant, and also contribute their quota to development of their communities.
Participants are excited about this opportunity.
I want to say a very big thank you to NDDC. Today's program is very, very impactful. To me, I have learned a lot, and I want to say thank you so very much.
I've learned a lot as a woman in terms of business, how to keep financial record so that you know your gain if you're progressing in your business.
The NDDC is optimistic that this engagement will complement other efforts by the Commission to boost entrepreneurial activities in the region and forge a new business ecosystem, which will lead to rapid economic growth and development.
That's Newsroom Series from the South-South region. Thank you for watching. I'm Jokia Rogers.